driving a Model 3. She's a lead foot. What do you think, love?
It was easy.
You like that?
Yeah.
It's
So
not as bad as you
regenerative
thought?
is a little odd a bit, but because of the manual transmission, you get used to it before on the road.
What'd she say,
She
Rob?
says to me, Trev, gee, this doesn't have the acceleration of ludicrous mode in an S.
It's not quite the same. It didn't give me any of that pushback that I like.
We noticed that although the back of the Model 3 really has a very nice look, a lot of people are looking for a more Model S-like accent across the back strip. There have been some solutions offered, but we believe they're cheesy vinyl and not really very nice. We decided to do it right, I'd like to think. And so what we did is create a very OEM-like trim piece. So instead of this clean look, which is very nice, we decided to give you a Model S look for your Model 3. So let's take a look at that. This is my Model 3 with our brand new world premiere of our trim piece, an actual trim piece. Chrome look, Tesla note, real trim, not flat, rounded edges, clean. And we'll have this at our site in about, my guess is about 2 to 4 weeks maximum. It's very important that the UI, the user interface, be right. I think right now, to be honest, a quibble, Tesla's interface is beta, okay? And I think they know it, and I think most of us know it. From the Model 3 Owners Club, a good friend and a good guy, and far more knowledgeable on the 3 than I am. And I asked him if he wouldn't mind to contribute to the presentation. So anything you ask me that I can't answer, Trev is going to go. And in fact, if he wants to add things to the drivability of the thing, that'd be great. Let me give you some background, because I think it's very important. I was a Model S signature owner, owned a Model S for 5 years and 4 months. Okay, so I think I know a little bit about Tesla cars and a little bit about the driving experience for electric cars. For the last 2 years, we've also owned a Model X. So I'd like to think we know a little bit about autopilot and the characteristics of those cars. Now we come to Model 3. Model 3, as I see the car, is still, in essence, a beta car, okay? And I want to explain that. That's not a criticism, it's just a comment. The car is, as people have said, this is a cliche, it's sort of a computer on wheels. The software for this car is as yet beta. That doesn't mean that it doesn't work nicely. It doesn't mean that it isn't fully capable right now, but it does mean that it's got kind of a ways to go yet before we're fully capable. The beauty of all this is, for those of you who aren't current Tesla owners, you get OTA, over-the-air updates of the software on a very regular basis. You do nothing, it just shows up. So the beauty of that is that your interface, the capability of the car, the functionality of the car, the features, the placement of buttons, soft buttons, etc., change very, very quickly. I want to turn it over to Trev. Trev is down from Toronto, Canada. He finally realized that living in Toronto at this time of year is a really dumb idea. so he's down here. Trevor is a guy who started the Model 3 Owners Club. He's probably one of the more knowledgeable guys on 3 on the planet. We've had a relationship with Trev for a long time. It's really great to have him here. Trev, talk to the people.
Thanks, Roger.
Hey, Trevor.
There's another friend of ours from Toronto just came down. I'm a little shorter, so I must stand up.
Don't kill yourself.
Good, because I don't have health insurance. How's everybody doing? Yeah. A nice day compared to yesterday when I arrived. First, I want to say a huge thank you to Roger and Matthew and Mike, wherever he happens to be, for hosting this today, Cars and Coffee. I was invited. I'm actually on vacation. I didn't come down specifically for this, but hey, these are good friends. They're a sponsor. Really great guys. So have a look at their accessories. Anyways, a big thank you. The other thing too, I want to make a short announcement. On account of all the YouTube comments that I'm getting, I'm changing the name of the forum from the Model 3 Owners Club to the Model X Owners Club. Just kidding. I was also very fortunate last year to go to the Model 3 reveal event, not the reveal event, the delivery event at the factory. And that was pretty cool. Tesla knows how to put on a pretty good party, but that was more for employees. We were thinking it was going to be a little more, for the public, but it wasn't. But we still got a good chance to spend a little bit of time in the car. And getting in the vehicle the first time was a real eye-opener, because about a month and a half prior to that, I had gone down to the factory and saw the Alpha prototype. That's the silver one that they've been trotting out for the last year and a half. And when the first time I saw the car, I fully understood the term, when you see it in person, it's better than in pictures. The Model 3 really represents a new design direction that they're going in. And when Tesla says, or Elon, take your pick, when they say that they have their goals on full self-driving, that's really the car has been designed to do. Wayne Gretzky likes to say, skate where the puck is going, not where it is. So that's really where they're intending this car to be. So a lot of the design directions for the car, as far as the interior is concerned, is governed by that. Having said that, everything is a compromise in life. So the horizontal screen works very well ergonomically, because your reach for getting at the lower row buttons is easier than, say, an S or an X. Because you only have one screen now, they have to cram so much more information on there. So things like autopilot information, the situational awareness, is always in that 1/3 of the screen, and it doesn't move. So because of that, now you only have 2/3 for the other information. So as Roger said, you don't get split screen. That's a nice feature to have on some of the other cars. But that's only afforded because it's a portrait screen that's taller than it is wide. So little things like that. And like I said, the software is still in flux. Like when I saw the car last year, the settings, the tabs were on the right and the settings were on the left. Now it's the other way around. And my personal opinion, I like the way that they've organized the settings on the Model 3 rather than the S and the X. I'm still hunting around on my screen trying to look for features. I find it much easier and more ergonomic on the Model 3. One thing you'll learn about Tesla is that they are a creature of habit. So when they introduce a new feature on a car, it will make its way into the rest of the vehicles. I'll make a case in point here. I predicted some time ago that if we see the the Tesla semi-truck come out, and it has that new HVAC slit that you've all seen on the Model 3, we know what the interior refresh is going to look like on an S. So that won't be too much longer, I don't think. So we'll see things like that. The S is a great car. It's aging extremely well, although the interior is in dire need of a refresh, and I think that's going to happen soon too. So there's a lot of little things, and of course the other thing too, if you've been a long time S owner and you've seen Tesla's progression as far as the interior is concerned, I mean, what sedan in that price range doesn't have door pockets? I mean, come on, right? So they added door pockets to the Model X, and now the Model 3 shows a lot more creature comforts inside the car. We have coat hooks now, we have pockets behind the seats, little things that people come to expect. So Tesla's improving their chops as far as the interior is concerned. Either that or maybe they kick Elon out of the design studio. But if some of you are new to the Tesla community, you'll understand that Tesla is not a car company that does model years per se. Like today, you'd practically go out and buy almost a 2019 model year. But Tesla doesn't do that. If you buy a car on January 1st or December 31st, it's a 2018 model. But it doesn't mean that things don't change inside the car. They are continuously making engineering and part changes as they go on the production line. So if you buy a Model 3 today, in 6 months it's going to be a different car. I mean, you may not see a lot of changes exterior, but there are engineering changes. So far, very positive. People are very excited to finally get the car. The other feedback we're getting, of course, is when is my number coming in? Some people want to do their car. So I think, like I said, it's still early days, but so far, very positive. Even I think the news media is now finally picking up that this is a game-changing car. This is going to give the Germans ulcers.
It's transformative.
Can you transfer a reservation to somebody else?
Immediate family member, yes. Anybody else, no. He was asking, does he believe that the incoming influx of electric vehicles is going to overload the charging grid or the electrical grid? And I think the best way to answer that, if you look at the sheer amount of home construction that's going on all over the place, do you see them building new power plants? No. A power plant that generates electricity is so much more efficient than a gasoline car that's wasting 80% of its energy on heat and exhaust, that EVs just make more sense. in any shape, way, or form. So when you hear people saying, you'll hear terms like the long tailpipe. Well, the power plant's running and it's burning coal and blah, 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 blah. It's nonsense. It's absolute nonsense.